All right, let's talk Brock Purdy. Yes, Brock Purdy back in the lineup for the San Francisco 49ers, and they scored 41 points. So clearly everything is fixed. Well, okay, no, it's not quite that simple. There were some negatives in this game as well we will touch on. But ultimately, there was a lot of really good stuff. This is a good Shanahan game, and in fact, let's start there with a really good Kyle Shanahan play, but also got to put some blame on the Cardinals defense, who, you're in a division with the 49ers. You should kind of know how to defend some of this stuff. So you see this play, it's going to be a zone coverage concept, and the 49ers have three receivers running different depths down the field. One running a deep shot, one kind of going 15 yards down the field, the other about 5 yards down the field. Well, why do you do this? Well, because the defense on that section of the field, since it's zone defense, only two defenders will be in the area. You got three receivers, only two defenders, someone should be left open. So Brock Purdy takes a snap, and listen, defensively, you can see that this is happening, and you see that linebacker, really what he should do is he should cover Juwan Jennings' route. He should read this play and go up in position, and usually as an offensive play caller, you're expecting that to happen, but the logic is 3rd and 8, Juwan Jennings, good receiver, going up against a linebacker, that's a mismatch. Here, though, the linebacker doesn't even pick up the route. Because of that, Purdy's able to make this nice throw down the field, and they're able to pick up a big completion there. So again, nothing too fancy from Purdy on that one. I think Mac Jones would have had a fine job on that play as well, but ultimately he's still executing his plays, and they're still able to make stuff happen. And to be clear, it was not just Kyle Shanahan making good stuff happen. There was plenty of it. This play, another example where it's, Shanahan beating the Arizona coaching staff. You have, man coverage across the board. It's going to be Christian McCaffrey's route that's going to go towards the bottom of the screen. Multiple other routes are going to, the two players who line up at the line towards the offensive left will go over to more of the middle of the field to hopefully clear things out and confuse the defense. Purdy takes a snap. He actually starts off looking more over the middle on this play, but the Cardinals just blow this coverage. Again, it's a good concept by Shanahan, but it's not anything too crazy right here. Arizona has to defend better on some of these plays. Credit to Purdy, though, for seeing the field well. Credit to the offensive line for blocking. Credit to McCaffrey for, getting open and, all the setup routes and all that stuff. Everyone's working well, but it can be both, right? It can be the offense taking advantage of the opponent's mistakes, but it's still being a mistake by the opponent. Also, we got to talk about Kittle in this game, who was very good, had a couple of just, great George Kittle plays. Because listen, we can sit here and blame the defense on these plays or credit Shanahan if we want to, but this play is not any of that. It a little bit is. It's Shanahan saying, hey, George Kittle, there's a linebacker on you, go down the field and see if you can win. It's, seeing that he has a mismatch and knowing Kittle is good and letting him do his thing. But ultimately, this is a one-on-one matchup. This is just the 49ers expecting their guy to beat Arizona's guy. Watch. Brock Purdy takes a snap. He sees this matchup and says, yeah, I like that. Let's fire one down the field with a single safety deep. And you see how open Kittle is on this play. This is this is George Kittle. This is why he's a number one option despite being a tight end. As you see, really nice throw there from Purdy. Nice grab from Kittle to even kind of slide, make sure he gets the feet in bounds and all that stuff. Good stuff there from Kittle. This was not his only really good play. Also, this is 3rd and goal at the 4, and you're up 18 at this point, so you feel pretty good about yourself. But for Arizona, you can kind of talk yourself into a potential comeback if you hold them to a field goal, make it a 21-point game. If it's 25, okay, that's even more difficult to talk yourself into it. Again, Kittle, one-on-one matchup. You see the route he's running. Brock Purdy's going to take the snap. Kittle kind of fakes it though he's going towards the bottom of the screen, cuts back towards the top of the screen, and again, look at this separation right here. Purdy and Kittle have such good chemistry. I remember back when Purdy he first got the starting job, Kittle was kind of telling everyone, no, this guy's really good. This guy has it. And part of that is because of just the chemistry those two guys have. Watch, right on the money from Purdy. Good catch from Kittle as well. That one was an easier catch, but partially because he got so open, really good route by him, and they're able to convert there. So yeah, plenty of good in this game to talk about. They scored 41. It'd be weird if there wasn't good to talk about in this game. It was not perfect, though, and there were some mistakes from Purdy. In fact, Purdy continues to, I think, put the ball in harm's way too much this season when he has played. Heading over here, this is an example where it's actually a good play, and I'll say this, I think teams should do this more against Kyle Shanahan because it's actually a smart defensive play. So, I was critical of the defense earlier, but let's give credit to a defensive play call here. So, you see, I'm not going to talk about over the middle. It's, there's going to be 4 guys in coverage covering over the middle, but let's focus on what's going further down the field. There are 3 defensive backs, and they're set up like what you see on the screen, as though this is going to be the two corners are both going to cover kind of further down the field, the safety covers over the middle. That is not what they're going to do. The safety will cover there, and then what happens is the corners essentially become safeties on this play. They now have to cover half the field. This is essentially sort of a makeshift Tampa 2, but with the disguise. And the reason why that is so important is because what do the 49ers love to do? They love to throw over the middle. Watch as when Brock Purdy takes the snap, he looks over the middle and the linebackers give up some space, so that's why he's trying to throw that, and he just doesn't realize that the player who is in front of the receiver he's trying to throw to, that was the safety who moved in. Again, moving guys out of position, the quarterback has to pay attention to so much. You still would like Purdy to notice this, you would. It's still a mistake by him, but it's a clever defensive play call as well. Ultimately, safety just can't finish and get the pick on that one. I mean, if you get the interception, that's a really great play because that would have really helped them out. So, bad job not being able to finish on the play, but a great play. Also makes me wonder if I'm a defensive play caller, is that something I start dialing up against San Francisco? It's a smart idea. Also, this other one, which happened just a few minutes later in terms of game time, now it's a 3rd down and 3. They're, at the 30-yard line. So you got 3 points, at least you assume you have 3 points. You have a field goal opportunity if you don't convert right here to put you up 12. You're up 9 late in the half. Like, kind of the one thing you don't want to do is put the ball in harm's way here. Purdy takes the snap. He is going to look down the field, doesn't love what he sees, but, Purdy, to his credit, this is one thing he does very well, able to get outside the pocket. On this one, though, it seems unlikely he'll be able to rush for the first down, so he's going to do something that is just ill-advised. Watch him kind of just throw up a jump ball. I get it that it's 3rd down and 3, but, don't put the ball in harm's way here. Just not worth it. You see, really, this has a better chance of being intercepted than caught. Again, neither is incomplete, but ultimately, not a good idea, right? Didn't hurt them. It's fine. No harm, no foul. But, you would have liked to see those issues be cleaned up. That being said, that was really it. That's it for the negatives. There was much more positives than negatives in this game, and I really just thought the offense was just ran well here. Like this play, again, this is the Kyle Shanahan stuff where you have, so once again, zone coverage this time for the Arizona Cardinals, and, this is what makes the 49ers so difficult to stop. On the left side of the screen, they have one wide receiver and a fullback, so, okay, well, sure, what do you think is going to happen? The fullback is going to block and a tight end runs a route. No, instead it's a pick play where your wide receiver is going to kind of be the guy running the pick, and you're going to try to hit your fullback. It helps when that fullback is Kyle Juszczyk. Watch, Purdy takes the snap, and you can see that, as of right here, it's a legal pick play. There wasn't contact in a way to make it illegal, and you just have some separation for Juszczyk. Watch as Purdy puts it on him right when you want him to put it on him. They're able to pick up a big completion right there. So good Kyle Shanahan stuff. Purdy running the offense. Receivers, that was Juwan Jennings running the setup route. Good setup route. Good route by Juszczyk to get open. Blocking well. It's when everything's working well, this offense looks really good. And everything was working well against Arizona. So again, has Purdy fixed all of their issues for this team? I don't think so, but I do think this is a very good offense with him out there. They have a big game coming up against the Panthers on Monday Night Football. Those are two teams fighting for a playoff spot right now. You want that playoff spot, got to make sure you take care of business. So, definitely Purdy will have to protect the football better, but if he does, they should be all right. So, yeah, that's what I think about all of this. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.